plus Supercross main, at least for our top 10 or so. Very, very interesting turn of events there in the final and closing moments, of course, but very good racing, and certainly looking forward to what the outdoors will bring for that one. Masters 50 plus class coming up next. John Gruey taking the win in the qualifier. Jeffrey Yenser, who got the had kind of got off to a good jump out there and held on all the way to the end in the second place position. Barry Carson took the third place position. He was challenging that second place finisher of Yenser there in that qualifying race. But as we get off and rolling here today, it is the number 70 of Gruey out front. It is Karsten. Look at that, and very aggressive on this first lap. I think he's feeling his Wheaties here this afternoon, Megawatt, as he is not going to let John Gruey get too far away on this first lap.
Well, it's very seldom these guys start this close together.
Absolutely.
They normally find each other and end up together. And I was going to say, we could normally take a recording of this race and just play it at Loretta's. We could go use the bathroom, take lunch, just play the taping, because it's the same race a lot of times between these guys. But look at this. This is a different kind of beast here today.
Absolutely. I'm thinking Barry Karsten's looking a little more aggressive. This is Barry Karsten of 5-6 years ago that we were watching, you know, with that charged kind of mental attitude that we're seeing out there, and he is not letting. And Gruey at the same time, he must have felt it. They must have had some talk on the line heading into this, because both of them are riding like they're on fire right now.
Absolutely, they had a good conversation after their race the other day. They hung out underneath the tent there for a minute. But Gruey doing what Gruey does, you know, it's just incredible when you look at his start ratio, how many hole shots that guy pulled, and when he puts himself in that good position, watch how few mistakes John Gruey makes. That's the key to his riding. As old guys, we tend to make mistakes, but he is so automatic, almost robotic in his corner style. He's that good, Rodney.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think maybe that what might be adding a little bit of fuel to the fire for Barry Karsten might be the arrival of Jeffrey Yenser here into this Masters 50-plus class, because he had Fitz with him out there in the qualifying race. Yenser back in the number 3 spot right now, so not only is he thinking, I'm not letting that guy beat me, but now in the process of doing that, it has put him in this position that he's in right now, and he is looking very aggressive.
Oh, good
still
point.
At the midway point of this race. We're looking at a 1.5 second difference, but he and Gruey are pulling away from Jeffrey Yenser at this particular point. Earl the Pearl himself, Earl May, back in the number 4 spot. It is Michael Hodges back in the number 5 position aboard the number 17. Galen Dixon is 6th. Philippi in the number 7 spot. James Nagy in 8th. Pape in 9th. And Dash rounds out your top 10 on the 74.
Earl May's another one of those guys rejuvenated.
Yeah.
The Pearl's back, man.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you right now, he's got a new vigor. He's got new energy behind him. And, you know, maybe it was an ankle, maybe it's a wrist or something they just couldn't get rid of for a year or two. You still rode, but you didn't have that life. You didn't have that vigor in you. And right now, Earl May's got it. I can tell you that.
You know, sometimes, you know, there's certain things go, you know, maybe at this point, golf might be a little bit more important to you or something like that. You're thinking, maybe I'm getting too old for this. But a spark happens someplace that reignites it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think there's been a reignition in Earl May, if you ask me. That's kind of what it seems like when I look at it from my perspective.
Oh, I'm going to agree 100% with you right there. Take a look at Gruey. Gruey just made a very, very rare mistake. Just didn't take the best of lines right there. Kind of gave away on him. Karsten hanging in there really tough right now. It's a 104.8 to 104.8 last time around, and that's about as close you're going to get. The gap was 1.4 seconds, so about 1.5 seconds, and that's plenty of time for Gruey to make a small mistake and still recover.
Well, it is Gruey, Karsten, Yenser still. Earl May in 4th. Galen Dixon in the number 5 spot now. We see some changes back. We've got James Nagy and also the number 40, I believe that is Steve Nagy in the number 10 spot. So Steve actually finished 6th in the qualifying race. If you look at the number 11 machine of James Nagy, he took 10th. So they kind of flip-flop their positions out here in the mains and the qualifier.
Yeah, pretty much exactly what they did was flip-flop that. Dean Diaz pulling out some cool memorabilia for us. I've got every one of those sets, dude, unopened in boxes, all the high flyers, but cool cards right there featuring these guys. These guys in our Masters 50 Plus, and man, they were the stars of the day when them high flyers were coming out.
That's pretty cool, man. So Gruey 4 down, only 1.3 seconds ahead of Karsten. It's been a couple of years since I've seen Karsten really try to challenge, at least when I've been watching, try to challenge John Gruey at this intensity. Again, I think a lot has to do with the arrival of Yenser. Now that there's fresh meat in the class, and Barry don't want to fall victim or prey to that. So again, it's elevated his performance. That next level is this right here for Barry.
Hey, you got to pee in a corner and mark your territory, bro. Okay, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Well, Karsten is certainly trying to do that, at least for that second place position right now. And he might be getting ready to be the big dog on the block if he's trying to get around Gruey at this point. And if I would almost have to think if the opportunity presents itself, we're going to see it happen. There's Earl May back there now. We see Dixon now closing in on Earl May. There's about a second difference between them, and about a half a second faster is Galen Dixon than Earl May. So this is going to get kind of tight down toward the end between these guys as well.
And we said the same thing about Dixon. You know, last couple seasons, that guy has come back to life.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, you know, maybe got bored, maybe wasn't riding as much for whatever reason. But whatever that reason is, it's fixed right now because he's back. Galen Dixon is absolutely on point. He has that old style of his and really riding a top performance right now.
Well, right now, Gruey cutting through lap traffic. Barry Karsten carving in behind him. And white flag flies for the number 70 machine. And Wes Kane has got 3 more top finishers on the podium.
All right, Brianna Sheltema, congratulations. Come over here. Who do you want to thank for this third place overall?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, Team Babbitts, Fox, Mobius, ASV, Rhino Power, FMF, Race 120, Ride Brop, Jessica for taking pictures, and everyone else, thank you so much. I appreciate all the help.
Congratulations out there. Brianna with a good job out there. Congratulations. Kylie Stallings finishing up second. Love the camaraderie out there. Good job out there, second overall. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom and dad, my trainer Aubrey Reiner, my personal trainer Angus, all the guys from Fox, Dunlop, Rob Fox from Dunlop, Monster Mike, AP Designs with a cool helmet, if you haven't seen that yet, Maxima, FMF, CTI.